Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here on the Sunday Spin. My name is Vinny G, coming at you. With me, as always, is my partner. He's the host of Greno's Grooveyard on KCOS Digital Media. He's my best friend. He's the one and only Greno. G-Money. As Robert Plant would say, it's been a long time.
Been a long time, but not very lonely, my friend. So, Vinny, great to see you. Spin folks, man, missed you guys. And man, glad to be back on the air. And man, we got a treat today with us. One of our brothers in arms, great musician, fantastic human being, though. Look, you look at his side eye. I saw that. Sean Ostrow, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's it?
How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a good day. Just hanging out at the record store, as always.
Yeah.
And it's very fitting, Sean, that we have you here with us today, opening season 5. You were the very first guest we had. Season 1, very first episode. What do you remember about that, first off?
It's always been awesome. It's been really cool. We've been doing this for a long time, and it's cool to get to be a part of it. We've done it here sometimes like that. I remember Greno's even been in the store. We've done it there before, so it's nice. I'm happy to get to be here again. I always love doing the podcast with you guys. It's great.
And it was very interesting too, because that was smack dab in the middle of the awful pandemic. You guys had your masks on.
Yeah,
and rightfully so. But yeah, it was definitely an experience, and it's so great that we're able to come first show of the season 5, kind of come full circle and have you with us. And it's an honor to have you with us today, Sean.
Thanks for having me, as always.
Yeah, Shawnee, it's great, man. And it's great to see you back in the shop. What's Left Records, my favorite record store. And I was there yesterday hanging out. And the boys were at a record convention. So we wanted to kind of touch base on that, Shawnee. How was the Colorado Springs record show yesterday?
Great. It's really great, honestly. We've been a part of it. We only missed one of them, really. We didn't have a record store then, but I was there. I remember I went to the record show. Me and my dad went, and my brother. So it was super cool. And then we're supposed to be part of the other one that happened, but then COVID shut it down. So then ever since they brought it back, we've been a part of it every time. We're really starting to meet more of the record community and know a lot of people and recognize faces. And it's cool being there and seeing how many people who come who recognize our store and love our store, and it's just awesome. It's like a community effort. Like people were here for community, so it's really rad getting to see all the people that we met through it, and people come through and say that they love us and they're one of our favorite record stores, and it's just cool. It's really nice. Again, it's like full circle kind of thing. I started just going there, and now we're like a pretty good part of it. So it's been super rad, and I also got to buy a shitload of records, so that was really cool too.
Yeah, you guys get to benefit from both sides of selling some great stuff to people, and then getting it, to find your own stuff that you guys want. What was your one or two of your favorite titles that you? I know obviously you probably haven't listened to all of the stuff that you got, but anything stand out that you're really excited about?
Oh, he's digging, Greno.
Yeah, I know.
This ought to be good.
Yep, live action here from What's Left Records in Colorado Springs.
That's all the ones I got, so it's a little rough.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
I got a lot of random stuff. This The Future Sound of London, Dead Cities. It's a really good electronic album. I was stoked on that.
Okay.
This one's called Mars Everywhere. Fusion jazz. Weird.
Wow.
That's weird.
Then this pop ambient. It's playing in the background if you hear it, but
nice.
It's really cool. Yeah, I got a lot of cool stuff. And then this is another compilation, like that electronic compilation from Reload Records and Global Communication. So it's a bunch of really weird electronic ambient.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, got a lot of cool ones. Oh, this one too, Colonel. I think you might like this one. Have you ever listened to Shores? It's like post-rock kind of stuff.
Okay.
But this is Shores and Charles and the Ospreys, so it's kind of like a collaboration album between two bands. But it's some cool kind of posting stuff. I feel like
nice. Awesome, man.
I guess.
Sean, one of the great things when you go into what's left is these guys really, if you have questions or you're into a certain type of thing, they can really point you in the right direction. And Brian and Sean both do a really great job. In fact, sometimes I have to run for the hills because I'm like, Sean will be just yesterday. Sean's like, "Have you heard this Mexican jazz record, Glenn?" I'm like, "No." Of course, you end up buying it. So yeah, talk about synergy. What's this? Yeah,
It's like Tangerine Dream kind of stuff. It's like electronic stuff like that. I figured you would like that band.
yeah,
And then that
cool.
Alti Miola too. You like Alti Miola, right?
Yes, awesome. I like that cover too. That's cool looking.
I know. I got no metal records at all. It's really weird. Me and Brian differ quite a bit.
Yeah,
I got this Goblin Cock one, but that's all. You ever listen to Goblin Cock?
oh, isn't that Rob Crow? Yeah,
It's like this metal band.
yeah, Rob Crow from Explosives and Pinback and
Yeah.
guys in like 100 bands too, just like you, Sean.
Well, the thing that comes across to me the most, Greno, as somebody who's never been to the store, is you can actually feel the passion that the brothers and certainly you, Greno, have for not only music in general. I mean, Sean's a musician, his brother is a musician as well, Greno, obviously. But the passion for the art itself, the art of record collecting, which for my money is an art.
Yeah.
It is.
When you go to a record store and the guy behind the counter isn't interested in talking music with you, you might as well just turn right around and go to the next one.
Totally.
It's all about the
That's kind of
passion.
how I am when I go to record stores, so it's nice. You know,
Well, yeah, you guys are obviously
I have
very
good vibes.
passionate.
I love putting people onto music. You know, I'm a record collector before an owner, you know. So we care about music. We like to share music. It's my favorite thing to like get people into new bands, see them come back and be like, "Oh, this was awesome. It's really cool." So it's
John,
nice.
do you remember the first record you ever bought, be it a 45 or an LP?
Yeah.
Because that's always a great starting point too.
So it's
for
kind
a
of different.
collector.
My brother got me an album before I even had a record player. Because Mosh Pit from across the street, they had a bunch of stuff in the back, and then Brian found this album that he knew I'd really like. It was before I had a record player, but he got me a Blind Illusion record. I don't know if you've ever heard Blind Illusion, but it's Larry Lundy and Les Claypool from Primus, and it's like the early thrash band. So it's super cool because Primus is my favorite band, but I'm like super into metal too. So I didn't even know it existed, and I heard it and it was awesome. And then I framed the whole record. I had the record framed and put on my wall, and I shined the light on it for like 3 or 4 years before I got a record player. And then right when I took it out, after that, it's like was completely warped. So I was like, shit, I like totally fucked it up. I didn't think I was ever gonna get a record player, and then I did.
It's so amazing, Sean, because Greno and I, we grew up with record players as part of the furniture.
Yeah,
they were there.
That was still early. That was like because I got my record player probably in like I would say like 2003 or 2004 because I'm still pretty young. But I've had one for a long time at least now at this point.
Yeah.
So I got into it when it still wasn't quite a thing. So it's nice. Now it's booming. It's awesome.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit. Just the progression, just in the 2.5 years that you've had the shop open. I mean,
I got this from them. Yeah, a lot of people are really liking buying records. They're liking to get the. I mean, I've heard a lot of statistics and stuff on it too. I feel like people just like being able to collect something and have a hard copy. They still like streaming. I know a lot of people don't even open their records sometimes too, which is weird. Or you can have record players, but they already have. But it's cool. It's like I always try to get people to buy records anyway. So you'll get one of them. Just build a collection. That's how you always start. That's how we started my dad. Because my dad had a bunch of records for a long time, but he got rid of all of them because a lot of them got water damage and stuff. And he just didn't think we would have a record player again. But then we started collecting records, and then we just slowly started buying my dad records for Christmas every year. He was like, well, I have enough now, so I need to buy one. And now my dad's all on Discogs and he's like audiophile and all this stuff. I love it. Great. It's
crazy. crazy.
Not to mention Employee of the Month often there at What's Left Records when he
he's
comes
definitely.
in.
You would love to hear that.
Sean and Brian and the two Glens. So it's pretty.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a
Well,
nice.
it's also very interesting, Sean, that you mentioned the fact that your father had come to the conclusion, frankly, like I did, that this is a passing fad, the resurgence of the vinyl. I didn't see this nostalgia trip becoming the new way, really, in a lot of cases. There are some people who are only listening to vinyl now. The numbers keep going up. It's not a fad anymore.
Yeah,
it's not a nostalgia trip
back
anymore.
and good, and it might die out sometime too. But I think all the true heads will still always be in it.
I'm not so sure. I said that, but I don't think so anymore.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think it's become, like I said earlier, an art. The collectibles and going back to the vinyl, it's amazing, and nobody deserves the good fortune that you've had, Sean, than you and your brother. We're real proud of you.
We really appreciate it.
Well, and it's a durable format. Like even in the shop, we have 78 records and older records that some are almost up to 80, 100 years old. And if you have the right equipment and depending on the condition of the vinyl, it can still be playable. I mean, how many cassettes can you say that about? How many 8 tracks and even CDs, wear out and get scratched and all that. So yeah, vinyl's the way, baby. And we got Record Store Day coming up, so that's going to be a big day for y'all. Are you guys?
That's gonna be great.
Any specific releases that you think are going to be good for the shop?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's going to be a lot of good ones. I kind of forget exactly what we got coming.
That's fine.
I know there's Taylor Swift one will be really good. We're going to get a lot of those ones. I think there's they're doing the Boris and Sun split or like collaboration album Altered.
Right.
I really like that album. So they're repressing that one. I've never got that one, so that would be kind of cool. I'm trying to think of a lot of this stuff. There's definitely some cool stuff for sure. So, I think Thord is going to be one. That would be really cool. They're repressing that album. That be rules.
Cool.
We'll see how it goes. I'm always back and forth with Record Store Day. I love doing it, but we got to order a whole lot of stuff. So hopefully people buy it all. I'm sure we'll do it though.
Well, and I think Record Store Day is going to mean more this year than any year in the past few anyway, simply because, the pandemic doesn't have its meaty claws into breaking up these kind of parties anymore.
Yeah.
So I would think this one's going to be a blowout.
It has been. I mean, it's been really good. It's always really good. It's a little nerve-wracking. It's the same thing. It's how me and my brother always do, because we prepare for it a lot and do a lot of stuff. So even though we know it's always going to go good, it's still nerve-wracking,
Absolutely.
Stuff because you put a lot into it. It's the same thing. It's like me and my brother have been booking shows for years and years and years. It doesn't matter how long I've been doing it. Every night before a show, it's like it'll be like opening like 7:00 and no one's there yet, and I'm always like, oh, I don't know if people are gonna show up, but I always know they're going to. But it's always nerve-wracking, no matter what, and it always ends up going well. So it's cool.
Yeah, because you guys care, and you put in the time and the effort and the preparation. I mean, you guys are pillars of the community here, and it's a wonderful artistic community, and eternally grateful, my friend. Yeah, it's awesome. And I want to just give a shout out to the folks that are tuning in right now. My number's up here in the corner, and I'm grateful for you guys. So thank you so much. It's great to be back on the air. And yeah, if you have a person, who muted us, awesome.
TCB's taking care of business.
Yeah, that's it,
man. Do
it. It's cool that we're able to do shows from what's left. I know I've jockeyed a few shows while we did the Sunday Spin, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a little bit challenging, it's a balancing act and stuff. But yeah, obviously you're there for the customer first and get that Rolling Stones Hot Rocks reissue. You know what I'm saying, Vinny?
Absolutely. And again, it goes to show you Sean's passion. He's going to have a decent conversation with all the customers that come in. sharing that love of what we love and
Yeah.
what, the show's been about for the last 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's give a shout out to our buddy Chris Marsteller too. Chris,
Hello, Chris.
yeah, gave a couple of. He was watching early, probably still checking it out. But yeah, he. Let's see, trying to show his comments here really quick. Sorry, I have to go. There we go. 5 fingers deep, and then referring to Sean's record haul, and then this one as well. Nice haul. So yeah, Chris, great to have you on board. Everybody, man, let's party. Sunday Spins back on board, baby. I'm excited, Vinny.
It's great to be back. Yeah, I've really missed talking to all our friends.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, that's really who they are, whether we've known them 40 years or a couple years or only since the show started or during the show.
exactly. And speaking of friends, looks like Nikki might not be able to join us today. That's fine. Nikki always gets a rock and roll pass. The Wabash Cannons played a show last night, so I'm sure that she's recovering from that. And Nikki, we love
the
you.
Bancroft in Spring Valley, Glenn. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thanks, Vinny, for that. And also, while we're talking about shows, I want to give a quick shout out to our buddy Smitty. He's got a show coming up at Sunshine Studios. Kyle Chatham and the Road Shot is going to be playing at Sunshine on April 7th. That's Friday here in Colorado Springs. So, yeah.
You know something else, Grena? We have a birthday today, too.
Really?
Our buddy Atticus.
No way, that's right. Yes, Atticus from the Accarelli family and the Eddie band. Awesome rock and roll kids. So yeah, happy birthday, Atticus, and shout out to the Accarelli family. Vinny, we're gonna have them back on board too.
Oh, absolutely. That was one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, get another live.
How attentive they were and how professionally they came across for a couple of kids. It was really beautiful.
Yeah, he's a monster drummer, and his brother Milo, great guitar player and singer, and then Pop Accarelli on the bass and singing as well. So yeah, they bring a lot of energy. Great power pop trio out of Pacifica, California. So yeah, all of our friends are doing great music. It's incredible. It's such an awesome journey, and it's a great thing to just experience and be part of. So.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back.
Hey, buddy. Hey, so Shawnee, I want to talk a little bit. I know that you performed in a lot of different, mediums. You're DJing, you're doing live shows, you're drumming, you're singing, you got 15 million bands. What's like your main thing right now? I know you put 100% into all of them. I don't mean it in that way. But what's like the eye on the prize?
Yeah, I mean, all my bands aren't always like super active. We just kind of play when we're playing. The thing I'm like actively working on the most would probably be my solo project, which is Seance. So it's like more my ambient project. I've been making more ambient, like beat type music, and just dealing with a lot of gear and trying to, because I've done Ostrow forever, which is like more goofy, but this is like I'm trying to make more beats and actually be a little more serious and take it serious and not have it be a joke. So it's like real emotional, kind of more depressive kind of stuff. So it's how I handle a lot of the hardness and the hard stuff happening in my life, and be able to put it into music. So that's kind of what I've been focusing on the most. I'm trying to record it or do some stuff with it too, but I've just been playing some live shows and art galleries and stuff like that. So it's been fun getting to do that, and I've been getting a lot of gear, so I've been like working with that. So that, as far as myself, probably the most. Laos is probably the other band that I play with the most, which is cool, like kind of electronic-y, like hardcore band. So that's super fun. It's my friend Quentin's band that I help play drums in. And then my band Motor Grinder, we're doing some shows more often. It's a band that I had like 10 years ago. We haven't played a show in almost like 10 years, and they've just been jamming again lately, and we just got us on some shows, and we're like, yeah, whatever, let's start playing shows again. So, yeah, it's been about 10 years. We played one show like a couple months ago, but other than that, we haven't played in a super long time. So, but yeah, it's just fun, like grindcore stuff. So yeah, we're playing the show next Saturday. if you're in town. That will be fun. We're playing with Noel, which is a really rad, like grind, kind of heavy noise band from I actually forget where they're from right now. But they're touring. They're playing with God is War, which is like a noise act, and then Clarion Void's playing as well. It's gonna be at Vultures.
Next Saturday. That's one of the hot spots here, Vinny, in Colorado Springs, and Brian and Sean have been doing a lot of shows, booking and stuff there. So it's been really nice to have that. Yeah, it's great, exciting.
The live scene in Colorado Springs has never disappointed. I mean, those are some of the most loyal, music people that you can find in such a very concentrated area. Obviously, the last couple of years have slowed things down, but the question I have for Sean is, do you find any difference in the way live shows are going down, the way live shows are getting booked, because you're a perfect person to ask for that? How the different venues are treating you. I mean, do you find it a more positive experience maybe than it was in
back and forth. I mean, there's a lot of different things about it, I feel like, from shows before. More than anything, I feel like more people are just coming out now, to be honest. They didn't have to for a long time, so it's like everyone's just like fiending for shows, and it's like most shows like pack out like pretty easy. A lot of times in the back, like it would be hard. Like we would have some pretty badass shows, but it happens a lot less often now. I feel people are just trying to go out. It's like cool in the Springs too, because Springs is such a small town, but there'll be like 3 or 4 shows happening in town. Like all like metal shows or punk shows or like stuff like kind of the same, and everyone will have a decent amount of people at it. So like it's really cool that we're able to do that. And there is more people. More people are finding out the scene. I think a lot of people here don't realize it, but they're slowly finding out, and coming more out. So it's been cool. I think it's been good on that. I think a lot of, it's kind of weird. I've noticed it kind of more like at hardcore shows and like at other stuff. But I think after COVID, a lot of people who have never like been to shows at all, people got really more into the community on like TikTok or through like online and stuff, and a lot of like younger punks are starting to go to shows now too, and it's cool. Sometimes they don't necessarily like understand the whole aesthetic and stuff, and you can tell it's a little different, but it's awesome. A lot of younger kids are coming out again, and we're trying to get them into the scene, and it's fun. It's cool. I like it. I always love seeing new faces and seeing new experiences and stuff like that.
Magnificent. Yeah. And again, what passion, right, Glenn? I mean, it's just amazing to me. You're an ambassador, Sean. No, you really are. In every sense of the word. And the community's lucky to have you, and we're lucky to have you as friends and helping us out.
It's fun.
And of course, you have your Employee of the Month, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about how the dynamics are on a typical working day. If let's just say it's you and Glenn working.
Yeah, it depends. It's usually always just one person here for the day. Sometimes the other members will float around and every once in a while. It's nice just pricing out a lot of records. I get to listen out. I'm doing a lot of records from home because I don't get to listen to records from at home. So it's nice to get money records, still price out a lot of stuff, engage with customers. We really love our guests. But I always just love having people come in and, but tell them about stuff. It's crazy to me because I think about it too, how, we have been almost over for 3 years, but and you can ask Glenn too, but I really don't think there's like one day that a new customer doesn't come in. I don't think I've ever had like a day when someone new doesn't come in. It's kind of crazy.
That's amazing.
You always have a lot of like the regular people, but there's always new people coming in every single day. It's always their first day. It's cool. And then, we try to make a good experience so they'll come back. So just doing all that, me and Brian coming in, helping do some stuff, getting some markets.
And the music he picks for the store when the two of you are working. Any complaints there? Is there any artist he plays and it just,
I always love it.
You want to write him up, maybe?
And does it. It's cool how he actually like brings the playlist and about it. I love it. It's great. Where I was a little different. I was like making my own stuff, but I like how Glenn does that. I was like playing stuff in the store because I really tried. I like playing stuff that we have in the store.
Yeah.
But not listen to my own stuff just because I like read customers. I mean, that's like my one thing is I really read customers. I don't like, it's not like a bad thing or like necessarily like judging people, but I can like kind of try to tell people's vibes sometimes, and I always seek out just an album I feel that might fit them. Especially if it's people I know, then I always do it. But if it's like newer people too, it's just like kind of seek their vibe out and put on a record. And I sell those records all the time. It happens quite often. I'll put something on that I feel like someone will like, and they'll be like, "What is this?" I'm like, "This, and it's for sale, baby. You gonna get it?" My friend Christian just came in. I sold him a Sunder record, or no, not a Sunder. I can't even remember right now. Ulrich, an Ulrich record. But you know, I just figured he might like it, maybe, and I put it on, and he enjoyed it about it. So it's cool. It's a fun thing to do that. You know, I like just trying to read those.
Sean has the gift for that. Like, yeah, there'd be Sundays I'd go in there and hang out before we started the Sunday Spin, and I'd go in and Sean's like, "How about this?" And then we'd talk about a band, and it would lead to another, conversation or another subgenre or something. It's fun. It's great to interact with people that love music as much as I do, and that's What's Left Records. These guys they're into it, and the thing that's cool too is even if it's not their thing or whatever exactly, they have such a wide knowledge of music, range of music, that they can still help you out. I mean, way more than I could sometimes. I'm the poser of the group for sure, but at the same time, like it's always a running joke. Vinny is who's the poser?
Who's the poser?
But it's fun, man. It's a great thing for the community, and it's people walk in happy. Your regulars, it's like high fives and like, what's up, what's new? And then, you get these people that walk in and they just kind of look around. They've never been in. And like Sean said, every single day you get that vibe of someone that's new to it and just wants to have a cool experience at a record store. And some folks spend 2 hours and some folks spend 20 minutes. It's really cool.
Like 5 minutes, they literally look, and I'm like, nope, they leave. I'm like, oh, come on.
I know.
Sometimes I might be a little too pushy too. There's been like people every time I like walk out, I was like, hey, just so you know, if there's like something you're looking for, like I can order for you, I can do anything up there. Like, oh yeah, really? Well, maybe do you have? Yeah, there's one time this guy came in and was asking for a Devil's product. I was like, oh yeah, I got attendance. And I went over and I got attendance, and he almost left, and I was like, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just trying to sell stuff. I just want people to be happy when they come to the door. It's nice to leave with something rather than empty-handed.
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to sell stuff all the time. It's not. I just like. I don't know. I love buying records and doing stuff, so I feel like you can always find something. If you really look or if you want to try, I can like get you to do something new. Like I'm just about pushing music.
Well, sure, but by the same token, you have a wide variety of T-shirts.
Yeah.
You have all sorts of memorabilia. So, talk a little bit about that. How does that sell? Is it more eye candy for the records, or is it working out?
People bring shirts in all the time. It's really cool. We always get a lot of wide variety of stuff. I'm not like a Depop kind of guy. Like a lot of people like resell T-shirts and their shirts and stuff too much, and I just like hate it. So we try to keep the prices of the shirts or whatever. Someone's gonna sell it for more expensive later, as long as we get what we want out of it. It's not a big deal, But we try to sell cool T-shirts with a lot of that stuff, and got a lot of local art. That's the coolest thing that I love. We always have local art, so people are always able to come in and it's like anytime there's been like young kids in here who are just starting art, and I'm like, yo, if you want your art here, all you gotta do is let us know, and we'll just put it up in the store. It's fine. We do consignment, you gotta pay anything for it. It's really cool. We're just able to do stuff. People are like learning their brand, I have a friend, Fiona. She's been making like these cool little like wristbands and all this stuff. They're like actually making the leather and doing it all homemade. So we can sell these in the store, she has them too. It's cool. We inspire people to make art, and be able to have it in the store. It's so cool. I feel like that's a hard thing to do for a lot of people, or like to think that they can like just draw any drawing, put it in the store and try to sell it. So it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
What's
truly the
Left
best
Records?
thing that's happened to Colorado Springs,
That's awesome,
in
man.
ages is the work of the Ostrow brothers.
It's great. Yeah. Yep. 82829 North Circle Drive, Tuesday through Sunday, 11 to 7. What's Left Records? The Ostrow brothers and Papa Glenn. And friend Glenn. That's so fun. It always cracks me up. But Sean,
I had this argument with this guy the other day too. He was like, "Who's working the store?" I was like, "No, it's not my dad." And he was like, I was like, "Who's working there?" I was like, "Glenn." He was like, "Well, Dad's your dad. So your dad's working. Your dad's name's Glenn." I'm like, "No, it's another guy. His name's Glenn too. Not that Glenn."
the other Glenn.
I have Glens.
The other Glenn.
So we're changing name.
Well, we really appreciate you, man. Yeah.
No, we appreciate having you too. It's nice for us to be able to be out every once in a while, you know.
Yeah.
Doing the record show and playing shows and doing stuff. It's nice to have you help out every once in a while.
Benny, did you have any more thoughts or any last?
No, just thanks to Sean and thanks for what he's doing to the community in the 719 and has been for a long time. Can't think of a more fitting guest for our first episode.
We appreciate
Very nice to be back.
I was down to be here.
And before we sign off, I do want to remind people that Glenn's show on KCOS, The Groove Yard, every Monday afternoon, the best hour you can spend. So check out some really great music from some really wonderful people. Glenn, speaking of which, what's tomorrow's show all about?
Tomorrow's show is celebrating the solo artiste. So let's see. 6 p.m. Mountain, KCOSdigitalmedia.com. I'll just throw out a couple names for you who's on the show. Let's see. Should have it right here. And Shawnee, I'd love to get some of your music. I'd love to play. I've been playing Brian's from his band show.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd love to play some of your stuff. So yeah, send it on over. So it looks like next show tomorrow will be Solo Artist Mania. So we got Lewis Parrish, Prefab Soul, Tim Ellison, Dylan Seed, Rick, Vinny G. We know that guy. Tony Accarelli, Smitty, and Mob Individual. So, yeah,
it's always great when your best friend runs the show, right?
It's fun, man. Yeah. Back-to-back Blockbuster now. Sundays and Mondays are meaningful days. So, man, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Sunday Spin. Also, please jump on YouTube and subscribe to Technicolor Dreams, baby. That way you can watch Sean over and over and over. This could be a rerun you could enjoy, and you could go back and watch Sean's other appearances and see the different things, interesting topics that he covered. So, Sean, again, we appreciate you. We appreciate your family and What's Left Records, all the wonderful things you guys do. And Vinny, my pal, my best friend, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, guys.
It's great to be back.
Be good, be kind, be yourself. We'll see you guys next week. Maybe on the spin, but it's Easter Sunday, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see if the Easter Bunny will give us a reprieve. All right, love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much. Thank you, Shawnee.
Thank you.
Yep.